The first of the back 9 par 5s is the 11th.
And this hole we could call what, serpentine maybe, Luke? Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. However, don't get bit and leave it short right in that bunker off the tee, because you will be rattled.
Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots. Now just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Just 3 feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
And another one goes, and with it, an increase of his lead. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Going with the 6-iron here. Woo, back there, horsey. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. This putt to get to 10 under par.
Looking for another birdie here.
I gotta make sure.
And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Leading by 8 strokes now after that hole. And after a birdie at the last, they take the honour on the hole. Playing from around 150 yards here. Going with the pitching wedge here. This one's going right at the pin here. This is a ball striking clinic. Yet another green in reg here.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Teeing off here at the 15th hole. Well struck. Yeah, this is the stuff we love. Getting after this par 5 in 2.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and getting rewarded for it.
And back to the course with the live action. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole. That's tracking. That putt drops now 13 under par, heading down the stretch.
And nice to have that cushion heading down to the last few holes.
As we head down the finishing stretch here, Rich, if you want to win a national championship, you've got to step up. First hole, the 16th, a very good par 3.
This is the most difficult par 3 on the golf course by a long shot. Stanley Thompson added some bunkers to the rear of this green just to make the golfers accountable for their distance control. That's just mean.
Ooh, that almost went down.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. Currently in first position.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Couple of strong par 4s to finish here at Stanley Thompson's masterpiece, St. George's. Very good par 4, the 17th.
It is. It started off as a par 5 and now just plays as an enormous par 4. Fairway does camber pretty good from right to left, so you got to challenge that bunker down the right-hand side off the tee.
Choosing the 9-iron here. This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. Oh, what a shot by our leader. This one's for birdie.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Well, what a lovely position to be in. Holding the lead, playing the last. Good luck.
Oh,
setting up in some very deep rough. Going with the 5-iron here. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. And this putt for the tournament.
Oh, shit.
And this proud tournament has another winner to add to its list of champions. You are looking at the RBC Canadian Open winner for this year.
And what a win it was on this spectacular St. George's Golf and Country Club. A win that could be life-changing for this player. Way to go.
And Rich, I think you mentioned earlier that this player was your favourite. Well picked.
Listen, it's not a hard pick, is it? This player has consistently been there all season long. There's no reason why not to pick them to win. They just make me look smart. That's about it.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. PGA Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northwest Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henning Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these two go at it again. It was a great rivalry first time round, and now, more so than ever, they're going to want to beat each other.
Yes, but they certainly have to make the most of every moment they get, because there'll be very few today. Fire up. This is a big rivalry, this one. Putting for birdie. If it's up, it could be in. Well, Rich, that's ideal. A birdie to start the day.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with a birdie, Luke, I can tell you that.
He's currently tied for third. Let's go to John McCarthy, who's been walking the course, getting familiar with this layout. John, what can we expect from Chestnut Hollow this week?
I'll tell you one thing we can for sure expect. There will be a river and it will run through it. This stream runs all over this course and can kind of pop up where the players least expect it. So the players will need to be mindful of that. This stream feeds into a lake that comes into play on holes 10 and 16. Another thing to keep in mind this week is the contours of these fairways can be tricky. There are several fairways on this course that tend to tilt towards trouble. So players will need to be mindful of that as well. There is also a couple longer par 4s on this course, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how the players attack those. All in all, an exciting week ahead. Really eager to see how the players attack Chestnut Hollow this week.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Oh, what a stroke. Super shot that.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
Currently 2 under for the day.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Teeing off here at the 3rd hole. Going with the 7. Nicely done. And now over to Justin Rose.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week. All right, going with a little bit more club. Let's see.
18 feet to the cup. It was on a good line. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. This hole's a tough 2-shotter, a long par 4. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent.
Looks like this one might be in the bunker.
Oh, shit.
Second shot here on the 4th. Nicely done. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
And that's a long-range bomb. And rest assured their rival will be looking over their shoulder. And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the 5th.
Oh. Let's go with 3 wood for right now.
Well, Rich, this won't come as a big surprise, will it? Because there's a lot of people talking about this player. They've been performing beautifully all season, and many think they can win this event.
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 27 feet from the cup. Little birdie look in here.
Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Looking good.
Some momentum being built now. Back-to-back birdies. And that will take him to 4 under. The 6th hole here at Chestnut Hollow Ridge is a big par 5. 559 yards from those back tees.
Luke, I got to say, though, the big hitters that are not afraid to challenge that stream going down the left-hand side, they could reduce this to almost nothing. This fairway is firm and fast, and that golf ball will chase out forever. You must avoid the bunkers down the right-hand side, though, if you've got any chance or any hope of going for this green in 2. Coming up just a little bit shy of the green is actually a good leave. Leaves a simple pitch shot to a very long and slightly undulating green.
Shite.
Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going
Oh
for it in
my
2.
God.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
That'll sting a bit.
Still short.
Oh, this will be
That's
good
my
for the
eagle.
momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
On a nice line.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 5 under. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. We need this one to bounce right. Good shot there. There's 17 feet remaining to the hole. Oh, just missed.
Are you fucking
Putt for
dog
par coming
shitting
up.
me?
And the putt drops. We're moving on. Time to take a look at Justin Rose.
He's currently in 5th place.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by 3 strokes. It looked like it came out of a cannon. Playing from around 210 yards here. Currently leading by 3. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
And what a rare miss today. They've been so good with their approach shots.
Oops. No. Oh, that was a bit too much. Oh my god, bro.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
Ooh, right by the
You
hole.
fucking dog shitting me.
8 feet to the cup.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
Still in the lead now after that hole.
Well, they're
Now on
catching
the
up
tee,
very
coming off a
quickly.
bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum. Oh, that was pure. Sitting at 4 under for the day, currently in the lead. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. His putt coming up is for birdie.
Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
And now over to Justin Rose.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Yeah, no time to start thinking about that lead, Luke. They got to keep their head down and keep going forward. Cannot think about that lead or people will pass them. Going and going and going.
Looks to me, Rich, that this player has a ton of confidence. Put themselves right back in position to win straight off their last start.
They're going to have to make some birdies coming down the closing stretch, but they have a lot of good vibes coming from that last win. I expect more of the same this week.
Time to take a look at Justin Rose.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt.
Fantastic play so far, setting this up for the eagle.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. And that will take him to 7 under. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. Well, that's huge momentum they're bringing to this hole. Coming off the eagle. Time to hit another good drive. Second shot here on the 11th. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Atta boy, good shot. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This is a 12-footer here. This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
Leading by 5 shots after that. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. That's a terrific shot and sets up a birdie opportunity here at the 12th.
Now that's how you roll the rock.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Currently 9 under for the round. We have a par 4 on this one. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
They're setting up this next shot into quite an elevated green, Luke.
Needs this one to kick right. And he's safely on the green with that shot. This putt from around 18 feet.
Looking better.
Oh, well played. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum. Oh, well played. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
And from around 135 yards.
This one might need to get down a little. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Trying to get to 11 under with this putt. It's tracking. That was a gallant attempt. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. And now over to Justin Rose.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Shame it didn't drop. It's time to check on the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. It's time for a one-shotter. Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. Time to take a look at Justin Rose.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
What's in front of them, Henny?
This one will run uphill.
Looking really good, this one. Oh, just missed the birdie. That's a shame. They make it. Now 10 under par. Just a handful of holes to go.
Whew, that is some pretty good breathing room. Out in front by a bunch.
Second shot here on the 16th. Well, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader. 12 feet to the cup coming up. And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Needs this one to kick right. That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Let's return to live play now. Trying to move to 12 under par with this putt.
This for a birdie run. What a putt. Started this perfectly.
Oh, that had eyes for it. Lovely shot.
2 in a row there, Luke. Getting their groove on.
And now this player tees off their final hole of the event with the lead. Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader.
Man, people usually don't go that far on vacation. What a drive. This one is all over it.
Outstanding approach shot. And this is why they put in hours and hours of practice. A putt to win it all.
Oh, that was such a...
And that's going to do it. Holds the putt for victory. Well played.
Luke, the victories, winning never gets old, but this is getting out of hand, isn't it? Another victory on the season.
And Rich marked that down as one of the outstanding wins we'll see this season.
It's always impressive when you see a player outshine their fellow competitors, because all of these players are really good, but this player made everybody in the field look very, very average. So good was their performance.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now. PGA Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Travelers Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi, Luke. I'm so looking forward to following these two players in this group. They've been going back and forth a bit on social media leading up to the event and seem to really want to prove something out on the course today.
Well, it will be interesting to keep an eye on this one right throughout this event. Second shot here on the first. Chosen the pitching wedge here. This one is right down the pipe. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot. What an opportunity to make a birdie. Well played.
And that should calm whatever nerves this player has. Nice opening hole.
Currently 1 under for the day. The second, a short par 4 playing up the hill, just 345 yards.
How aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take driver out and try and get it up to the front edge, or are you going to lay it back with a long iron? That are the two thoughts that players must face. Second shot into a minuscule green with a putt bunker on the left-hand side that could be the meanest one on the golf course.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. Putting for birdie here. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And that's the line in the sand. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. And now we have this player currently tied for first with Ricky Fowler.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The players will face themselves with their first legitimate test at TPC River Highlands, the par 4 third.
Dog leg from right to left. Just avoid those bunkers, both right and left. And there's not a single one up there on that green. This green is fairly flat with runoffs on all sides of this green. It's a wonderful design.
From about 100 yards. Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, what a shot. You'll take that. 4 feet to the cup.
This is their look at birdie.
And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. He's currently sitting in first place. The 4th hole at TPC River Highlands certainly asks for a longer shot, Rich.
Danger here is leaving your tee shot out to the right in the trees and the bunker. If you hit it down the left-hand side, expect a much longer second shot.
Nothing like a bit of momentum here, Rich. This one's going for another birdie.
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Should find the green.
Well, usually Tony Finau is the tall order. But after that shot, I think beating it and getting inside it is the new tall order. What an approach.
And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
He's currently in second place, hoping to overtake the leader.
This would be a great up and down. Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. The par 3 fifth is no snack either, particularly at the distance of 230.
That's its only defense here, Luke. The green is fairly flat, has a couple of bunkers up there surrounding it, but to be fair, at 230 yards, it's a pretty simple, straightforward, long par 3.
What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
And that putt will end up short.
It defies gravity, that one. That should have chased out more, but it didn't.
Leading by 3 strokes now. The 6th is the first of our par 5s, and at 586 playing slightly downhill, Ridge. Players should be enticed to go for this green in 2.
Most players in this field will be looking to knock it on in 2. Tee shots want to favor the right-hand side to shorten up the hole ever so slightly. The second shot will be semi-blind, taking it over some bunkers and some mounds to a green that runs from right to left. Bunker front left and a runoff area over on the right-hand side. Shouldn't be too much of a bother for most of these players.
Well, I'm sure it looked better in their mind before they hit it. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Now a 3-shot lead over the field.
Wow, did this come out beautifully.
And now over to Tony Finau.
Well, he's behind, just in second place, looking to leapfrog.
14 feet to the cup. Okay, steady now. Oh, I don't mind this par putt.
Looks good.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. The par 4 7th, just under 450 yards in length, Rich. 2 just accurate shots needed here.
Just a straightaway drive and a straightaway second shot will get it done 8 days a week on this hole. This second shot, though, into a green that has 2 tiers on it. If you're not on the correct tier in 2, you're going to face a difficult putt.
Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
He's currently in 3rd place.
Sitting at -4. Currently in the lead. Opting for the 9-iron. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. This is beautiful to watch.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. I really like the 8th here at TPC River Highlands. A good par 3.
This is a strong par 3. Water shouldn't come into play as it's some 15 yards short of the green. However, there's runoff areas both right and left that could cause some issues for these players.
A birdie putt awaits. That's pretty tidy. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And that will take him to 6 under. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. The 9th is a par 4, right on 400 yards, Rich. But recently, players have been a little bit more aggressive off the tee.
Players are trying to take all the bunkers in the fairway out of play by taking driver and hitting it over the right-hand one. From there, players will have a very simple second shot to a green that's fairly bland, Luke. There's just not much to it. This is a great birdie opportunity.
Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
Oh, no. This is nasty. Just no. Yeah, this is lovely. What a shot from that nasty lie. I should be proud of that.
This putt to get to 7 under the card. That's frustrating. 9 feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for par here. This is looking solid, what they wanted.
And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Well, Rich, this is the pivotal final 9 coming up, and the players perfectly positioned. They've given themselves a chance.
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival, that's for sure. They're winning the rivalry thus far. Should be fun to see where these two end up at the end of the event.
Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
Luke, absolutely. Week in and week out, this player has consistently performed at the highest level. I got to believe he's a lot of people's favorites to win this tournament.
Oh, so close. Just a short putt remaining here. Currently 6 under for the round. Downhill par 3s, Rich. Lots of fun to play, particularly when it's only a wedge.
Yes, but be careful from the wind. This green is surrounded by large trees, and that wind can really swirl around this green. It's a good opportunity to make birdie, but bogeys might happen if you're not careful.
This one looks to be heading towards the green. And now over to Tony Finau.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
And there it goes from the sand. And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. golf became a power game, and there's few players out on tour that have more prodigious power than Tony Finau. If he really wants to go full tilt, Rich, it feels like everyone's playing for second.
He is a dynamic player that has the ability to make birdies in bunches. The ball striking, I think, is always going to be brilliant. Watching him when he was on the Korn Ferry Tour, graduated to the PGA Tour, and just keep watching this steady progression. Each and every week, he just seems to get a little bit better, and the confidence level is over the moon with this kid. And to bundle it all up, Luke, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. You want to root for a Tony Finau. He is such a likable, lovable guy, I believe, that you can't help but root for him. And the wins that he didn't get are just heartbreaking, and we felt the pain alongside with him. I love watching this guy play. I root for him every single week.
This should play. He's found the surface. Good chance here. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
And he's down there. You got to read.
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
This one's looking good.
And down it goes for an eagle. Now 8 shots in front. Let's head to the 14th, Rich. A short par 4, but you've got to hit your tee shot up the hill.
Up the hill, dogleg from right to left, but one of the most generous fairways on this golf course, if not the most generous. Anything up to the right-hand side will open up the second shot to the green that sits well below you. Any tee shots missed over to the left, however, you could have some tree issues.
And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, time to return to the action. That's a pretty handy shot. Terrific shot. And a chance for birdie coming up here at the 14th. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. And that will drop in for birdie. He sits in first position.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Oh, that is flushed. Get on the green. Trying to move to 13 deep here with this putt. Ouch, that hurts. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
Going with the 7. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade. And now over to Tony Finau.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Still in the lead now after that hole.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out.
And he's down there.
And from about 105 yards.
That could play. It's just about 3 feet away. And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Sitting at -14 now for the round. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action.
Oh, just absolutely abused the golf ball there with that shot.
Well, that's right out of the top draw. A great shot from our leader.
That drive was simply astonishing.
Should find the green here. That's a lovely shot here at the 18th and a chance for birdie at the last. Lining up here for a chance to win the tournament. What a putt to make.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
It's a tremendous performance around TPC River Highlands. The most birdies made, and they are your Travelers Championship winner.
And an outstanding win for this player, capturing the Travelers Championship. Hats off to him.
And Rich, that seemed like a leisurely waltz to victory, didn't it?
Didn't break a sweat on the way to victory lane. I gotta say, I love it. It was so easy and smooth. It was a work of art.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. UK Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the John Deere Classic. Today's coverage is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hey, Luke and Rich. I'm looking forward to treading the fairways again with these two because they were absolute fire the first time round, and I have a feeling that after their exchanges on social media, it'll be even more spicy out here.
Who delivers when it matters most? That's the joy of any rivalry, and this is a good one to win. He's currently tied for 5th. Let's see what happens here on the second hole.
You want to cut the corner as much as possible to shorten your second shot on this par 5. Should you do that, a very straightforward second shot will set up birdies and eagles all day long. Find the trouble off the tee, and you'll find trouble on the rest of the hole. Don't fool yourself.
Rich, what kind of mojo do you think this player's got after winning in their last start?
This player has more confidence, I believe, than any other player in the field at the moment. This should be another good week for him.
Well, it'd be nice to make this one. This one's for eagle. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. And after that hole, they currently lead in first place with John Rahm in second.
Moving up the leaderboard, I like it.
On the tee of a par 3.
Par 3, 183 yards up the hill, blind tee shot. The big miss here is short right in that deep bunker. Should you find that bunker, you're also going to find yourself making bogey or worse. Anywhere on the green is a good shot.
And he's hit that inside the range. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
Just didn't drop. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Well hold. Let's move on. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
Par 4, 448 yards. Sweeping dogleg left to right. Big tree in the middle. Missed that. And you've got a simple second shot into a sliver of a green.
The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in Jon Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think Jon Rahm's name would be number one, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game, and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the Jon Rahm era right now. TPC Deer Run, Rich, is full of forced carries, and the fifth is no different.
I love the second shot. Should you find the fairway, you have a very simple shot down the hill where you can see the entirety of the green. You will go flag hunting with your second at the fifth.
Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
This shot was absolutely perfect. Looks just as nice on the second viewing.
Leading by a couple after that hole. Well, they'll be looking to use that momentum they generated on the last with an eagle.
Par 4 measures just 361 yards, but only the long players will try and drive this green. The others lay it up with an iron, wedge it on, hit it close, make your birdie.
After a very consistent run of play over the last half a dozen starts or so, Rich, this player's coming with a whole heap of confidence, and they look to me to be one of the players to beat. Do you agree?
We've seen this player time and time again contend for tournaments, and it is no surprise to see him doing it once again this week. It is so fun watching this player. They're in top form.
Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Let's see if you can make this and keep the par on the card. Ooh. Well, the leader giving a little hope for the rest of the field there as they put down a bogey on the scorecard. We find ourselves on a par 3 here.
Par 3 down the hill. It seemingly plays short, but I can promise you it doesn't.
Yeah, a quality shot, that. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Ooh, right by the hole. Just 3 feet to the cup.
This is important. Big par putt here.
Yeah, nicely holed. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
Par 4, every single shot plays uphill. Make sure to take plenty of club.
This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. From around 120 yards here. Currently in the lead by a shot. Yeah, that one's looking good. That was a great shot at the right time.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
And now that finds him in first place. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling.
Par 4, 485 yards, the toughest hole on the golf course. Make sure you find the fairway and get your second shot somewhere around the green to give yourself the best chance of making 4.
The ladies' game has been dominated by Koreans for such a long time, but America has been able to have this resurgence basically off the back of Lexi Thompson and the generation she's started to inspire.
Lexi Thompson is so fun to watch because she's got a very unique swing, and when you look at it, you kind of look back and you go, okay, that went a long way. Okay, that went right at the hole. And she's got such control over her golf ball. It's amazing. And the wins are going to continue to pile up for her year after year. I'm blown away by the fact that she is so aggressive on every single shot. There is no laying up in her game, and I love that. Now, that might cost her a few wins, but I tell you what, she's going to have a lot of wins because of that as well. I love the way she plays the game. It's exciting.
Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. How much did the win last week give them the confidence to perhaps pull it off again here and go back-to-back?
A massive win last week, looking to double up again this week. I got to say, they're building off all the good things they did last week. A win could definitely happen.
Trying to get to 8 under par with this putt. Well, that's a nice line. Gee, he's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead. And that will take him to 8 under. And that fine play ensures they hold top spot on the leaderboard, with Jon Rahm trailing in second place.
Pretty good shot there.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Yeah, he's about 155 from this whole location.
Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 11th.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's currently in 5th place.
Yes! Hold it!
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
Par 3 plays 208 yards from the back. In saying that, this is a good birdie opportunity as the green is massive in size.
Ooh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
Well, she's in 5th, and she'll want to climb from there.
And back to the play, shall we? All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, he's staring down about 12 feet. All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And after that hole, they currently lead in first place with Jon Rahm in second. That's nicely done. Second shot here on the 13th. That's some good golf right there. A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4.
Par 4, 357 yards. Almost every player in the field will be giving it a whirl. Knock it on, and you could be rewarded with an eagle too.
The power play, you got to love it.
Just a missile of a tee shot right onto the green.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. This putt is of 9 feet.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Was on a good line. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. Leading by 6 strokes after that one. The finish at TPC Deer Run is full of birdie opportunities and some low scoring to be had, Rich. This 14th hole is certainly part of that lineup.
Par 4, 456 in length from the back tee. Must find the fairway off the tee shot to have any hope of finding the green in 2. Large trees line the right and left-hand side of the fairway.
From about 130 yards here. A tidy looking shot, that one.
Taking things up a notch in this Lexi Thompson rivalry, that shot will add some fuel to the fire.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. Well, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that.
And a nice feeling it must be to have that sizable of a lead coming down the stretch.
Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more.
Par 3 only plays 153, but a tricky little green to say the least. Don't let the beauty of the river to your left swallow you in. This is a tough but fun little par 3.
Well, this one's going right at the flag. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
An opportunity for a birdie here. And with that putt hold, it's back-to-back birdies. Back-to-back birdies never hurt, Rich.
Gotta like it. He's feeling it.
I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Players looking for a fast finish on the par 5, 550 yards. Second shot does play up the hill, but there's plenty of room to miss your second shot around this green. Must make birdie for the players in the field.
That should find the surface. Yeah, disappointing not to find the surface, Rich, but I like that play.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that one.
This putt here to get to 14 under the card.
Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. If you want to win at TPC Deer Run, you've got to successfully navigate this challenging final hole.
Hard to describe the difficulty of this tee shot unless you've actually been here. Par 4, 463 yards. Missed the fairway bunker down the right-hand side, and you've got a clear shot to a very narrow green surrounded by water on the left-hand side.
Playing from around 160 yards. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. It's all come down to this. Make this putt and win the event. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for your John Deere Classic winner?
What a spectacular performance all week long by this player. Clutch performance, clutch win by this player.
Sometimes you've just got to stand and applaud. That was a performance for the ages.
It's just one of these wins where you just want to sit back and just soak it all in and enjoy it.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now. PGA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Genesis Scottish Open is about to kick off. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hey guys, I can't wait to watch these two go at it again. It was an incredible battle first time round, and I think there'll be a few shots fired out here.
So that's the final word from Beamer. Let's see how this one goes. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Getting off to a great start at this event.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
And as we head to the second, Rich, the players heading back towards the first tee.
Strong par 4 here, just under 500 yards. There's a bunker down the left-hand side you must avoid if you want a clear opening for your second shot. Narrow fairway up there. A good tee shot's a must.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Great shot. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
And that's for birdie. Well holed. That's a momentum maker, isn't it?
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
As we head to the third hole, Rich, one of the very good scoring opportunities here at the Renaissance Club.
Yes, Luke, just about 600 yards or so. Players must hit it out to the left-hand side with their tee shots. Anything right is going to go into a huge cluster of trees where they're going to have all kinds of problems.
Rich, I know you've got terrific history in Europe. You've spent plenty of time over here. You've been revered by the European Tour. You broadcast to a European audience. How special is it for you to be here at the Scottish Open this week?
I absolutely love being back at the Scottish Open, Luke. Not only because of the venue, because of the fans in the game. They're so knowledgeable. You hit a shot to 30 feet, and you hear all sorts of people hooting and hollering because they know how good of a shot that was. I mean, you had a bad angle coming out of a rough lie, whatever it is. I just love it coming back here because it seems like they have a interest, a knowledge, and a passion for the game, unlike almost any fans around the world. I think that being in Scotland, playing over here, and having to use your imagination, hitting all the shots that are required to play well over in Scotland is imperative. And I think this is why Americans love to come over here, because it's a completely different kind of golf than what they're used to back in the U.S.
And as we take a look at the fourth hole, the shortish par 4, Rich.
Yes, just around the 415-yard mark. Players who take out driver and drive it up into the narrow section of the fairway will get a really good look with their second shots.
Oh, absolutely flushed. Sitting at -3, currently tied for top spot. Oh, come on, sit. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's take a look at the current standings. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The fifth hole, Rich, a really good risk-reward short four.
Most players, Luke, should go for this short par 4, but watch out for the green because this green has got all kinds of danger on it. Twists, turns, bobs, weaves, ducks, it's got it all.
Well, Rich, here's one of our proven performers in the FedEx Cup points race. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
Going with the 8-iron here. Well, good-looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Sitting at 5 under for the day. Currently in top spot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
These are on rails, looking good.
Yeah, nice to make a mid-range par putt. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. And the 7th on the card, Rich, our second of the opening 9 par 5s.
Yeah, look, a fairly generous driving area. There's just a couple of bunkers you have to worry about. However, you find the fairway, now your chances of making birdie or better increase significantly.
Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour because I don't know if I could handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
Currently 6 under for the event. Rich, as we face the 8th hole, what kind of decisions do the players face off the tee?
Well, most players aren't able to carry those fairway bunkers basically right in the middle of the fairway, so they have to lay up with a 3-wood or less, find the fairway that cambers pretty significantly from left to right.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. Currently leading by 2.
This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
And this effort by Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And back to the course with the live action. Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today. And that will take him to 7 under. Our current leader is up by 3 shots. The 9th is a strong par 3, Rich, one of the longer ones.
It is. There's some bunkers on the right-hand side that you absolutely must avoid. If you miss it on the left-hand side, however, you've got to pitch uphill to a green that will slope away from you. A par here is a really good score.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup. Little birdie look in here.
Surely it's going to.
Oh, that's a ripper. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. As we begin the second 9, Rich, the back 9 starts with a par 5.
And a par 5 that players should be looking to take advantage of. Just tee it up and hit it as hard as you can. Fairway is wide open. Does camber from right to left, so don't get too frisky down that left-hand side.
Justin Thomas, major champion, world #1 player, really has all the attributes, doesn't he, Rich?
He does. His focus on his own game is amazing. I think that this kid really understands how to play the game. He's got all the shots, but he doesn't try and get up there and hit it as hard as he can every single time. He gets out there and he learns how to play the game, hit the finesse shots when you need it, take some risks when you need to, but also back off when you don't need to. This kid is a real deal, complete game from head to toe.
That was a gallant attempt. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. That will drop, and it will extend the lead. Now, 5 shots up after that hole. Rich, I know this next hole is one of your favourites, the 11th here at the Renaissance Club.
This is one of the coolest holes I've ever played, Luke. It's a dogleg from left to right, fairly generous teeing area. Don't want to miss it too far right, however. But the second shot into this green, this could be the coolest green I've ever seen. It's got more movement than any other green I've seen in competition. I absolutely love this hole.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Get excited. This could go in. A bit long on that one. Par putt coming up here.
So far, so good.
Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Wow, what a save.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
Our current leader is enjoying a 6-stroke advantage. The 12th, Rich, par 3, just over 200 yards on the card.
You back uphill just a little bit. What really makes this hole difficult, Luke, though, is when the wind is coming directly in the player's face. When that happens, ooh, watch out. This hole is a doozy.
20 feet to the hole. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? This is a par putt. Okay, let's head to the next. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Another beautiful hole, Rich. This one right along the coast, the 13th.
Oh, this is breathtaking off the tee, isn't it? But don't let the views suck you in. Even though it's a wide fairway, you got to heat it down the right-hand side as this fairway pitches significantly from right to left. Find the fairway and happy days.
That dog will hunt.
Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, let's get back to the action. This putt to get to double digits under the card. Oh, so close. Putting for par. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Let's see what happens here at the 14th. That was wonderfully done. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup.
Oh, just missed. Putting for a par now. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
He's currently sitting in first place. Let's see what happens here on the 15th. And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. Sitting at 9 under par, currently leading. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. 7 feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Ouch, that hurts. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. And there it is.
What a great feeling being that far ahead with just 4 to play.
Now at -9 for the day.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
Put every ounce they had into that drive.
And hitting yet another green here in regulation.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Now 6 shots in front after that hole.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
All right, Rich, the 17th.
This is an amphitheater style green. All sides kind of work back towards the green. There is a little front left section, though. When they put the flagstick over there, you have a really good opportunity to hit it in there close.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. That's inside the range. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. And a chance to ice the tournament here. Holding the lead, playing the last. Wow, that was just striped. This one from about 160 yards out. Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure. All right, let's keep the focus here. This is to win the event. And this historic tournament has yet another champion. Congratulations to our Genesis Scottish Open winner.
And what a victory it was around this Renaissance club here in Scotland. An impressive victory by this player.
Well, Rich, after that hot start, it's probably little surprise that this player powered through to victory.
It's very rare where you see a player absolutely dominate a field like they did in this tournament. Unbelievable job all around.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time. PGA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Royal Championship is about to begin. But hello, I'm Luke Alvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beam, who's in the booth. And it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Now, thank you so much, Luke. I am so happy that I have been put with these two players because they've been going back and forth at each other on social media leading up to this event. They seem to really have something to prove, a bone to pick with each other, and it'll all be settled out on the golf course today.
Yes, I'm just looking through his list of weaknesses, and let me just list them off now. Yep, none. Good luck to you. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. Well, now let's see if we can get some more insight on this week's venue. John, what have you been seeing here at Lachlan Crossing the players may want to keep their mind on this week?
Well, Luke, one thing I've been seeing is a lot of excitement in the crowd. People love when the PGA Tour comes to Scotland. And if you open your eyes, you can see why. This is a classic Scottish links layout. Giant fairways and greens. And some of these greens are shared greens, so a couple holes using the same green, which is kind of a hallmark of some of these old Scottish courses. These links fairways are rugged, to say the least. Hard to tell where some of these shots will end up after they come off the club face because of the undulation in the fairways. One other thing to be aware of is the pot bunkers. There are some really small ones out there as well, and they can be very sneaky. You never know where they might pop up. Luke, I love being in Scotland, love breathing in that crisp Atlantic air. Can't wait to see what happens on the course this week.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
This is looking around 115 yards out.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Ooh. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Good stroke. Nice little putt to hole, that one. So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. Time to see what this par 4 has in store. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Our wind's just going to knock the ball down. It's straight at the back.
That's a good shot by him. He'll be delighted.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? Okay, steady now. Putting for a par here. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. So no movement there. The player remains at even par. It's time to step onto the tee here at the 5th. And after that par, they're looking for something good here. This one looks to be headed towards the fairway. Xander Schauffele, delightful player out of San Diego, California. He's got that cool vibe about him. Came out one early a few times, but then he seems to have struggled to find that next step, hasn't he? He's sort of golf's almost man, except when he got that gold medal put around his neck.
I think that took his confidence to a place where it should have been in the first place, Luke. I think that this young man, he's got no weaknesses, very little weaknesses, if anything, in the game. I look at him and think, why hasn't he won more? Well, the problem is that he's put himself in contention so many times that there's only one person in the game that has won at a clip that he could have, and that's Tiger Woods. When you put yourself into contention as often as he does, you're just not always going to win. Somebody is going to come from back in the pack, shoot a great round, and you might struggle just a little bit, whatever the case. But yes, he hasn't closed as many tournaments as he would have liked, but he is there each and every week. I got to say, this kid he's a world beater. He's going to be phenomenal.
Clever play that. Just get it back into the fairway. And here we are with the 3rd shot. He leads the field by a stroke. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Good look at a birdie here. Wow, that's classy. Good save from there.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee. Great recovery.
Teeing off here at the 7th. Choosing the 9-iron here. Well, that's a handy shot. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Trying to get to 3 under par with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
Just didn't drop. Okay, so that finishes that hole. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Just a couple to play here on the opening 9. Here's the tee shot at the 8th. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par. Chance to pipe one up the middle. That's tiny. They get a little ground draw here.
4 against the wind to stick that one.
Just a 4-footer remaining. This one's looking good. Just building upon his advantage. He keeps making the important plays. And that will take him to 3 under. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. We've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Time for the second shot here at the 9th. Wow, that almost went in the hole. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
And in it goes for the par. Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these two players stepping up, getting the best out of the games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. From about 200 yards out.
Wind is blowing left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
Not a bad play, that one. A good chance to take it even deeper here. This putt's for 4 under.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole.
Sometimes when you try and get it up the hill, you just forget to hit it sometimes, and it seems so in this case.
The 11th hole at Lachlan Crossing is a strong par 4, 470 plus yards from the back tees, and there's plenty to contend with, Rich.
Luke, just that one menacing bunker right in the middle of the fairway that's going to drive you crazy as a player. However, you miss it. Now you got a second shot with, funny enough, no bunkers on the green. It's got a lot of undulation to it, especially on the front right part of it, so you can't afford to miss it there. Anything missing out to the left, though, just fine, my friend.
A bit wild on approach there.
Missing it short there, they will definitely be upset.
They've chosen to club down here.
Sitting at 3 under par. Currently in the lead. Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Currently in first position. Let's head to the 12th hole.
That one's right out of the top drawer.
Oh, almost went in. And he's down there. You got a read?
He's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
And with that, that's their 4th birdie. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. This putt to move into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
This is on a stupendous line.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage. Oh, looking to make a statement here, going with driver off the tee. Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Not quite the shot he was wanting. Getting ready to play their 3rd. How good was that bunker shot? Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. Currently 5 under for the round. Midway through the closing 9 here at Lachlan Crossing. This 14th hole is a par 4 over 450 yards.
Once again, Luke, just another gem of a hole. Massive bunker out there in the center of the fairway. But for most players, it's not going to come into play. Anything down just the right-hand side of this fairway is ideally placed. The second shot, you got to clear, I don't know, a lot of beach there to a green that's probably got more undulation than any other one on this golf course. A massive green, lots of opportunities to do good, but also a lot of opportunities to do some bad.
Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
That was a gallant attempt. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
This is what they have left for bogey.
Well, they say a bogey pleases someone. The rest of the field buoyed now after that drop shot by our leader. And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively. That's really not what they were looking for.
Time for the second shot at the 15th. And here we are with the third shot. Oh, I thought that one was going in. An opportunity to make a par here. Leading by 4 strokes after that one.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Opting for the 9-iron. Wow, what happened there?
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
How close was that to going down? Just about 8 feet left to the hole.
An important par save.
That gets the job done. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently in 4th place.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Teeing off here on the 17th hole. Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent.
Simply amazing power on that tee shot.
Now 4 under par. Outright first here. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A. Lining up the birdie putt here. It was on a good line. This putt was about 8 feet.
It starts off on a good line.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18. Well played, mate. Penny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 195 yards.
That might be one club too many. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? And he can win the event here if he can hold this putt. Oh, so close. Okay, so luckily they've got another chance to get the win here. This looks good. Well, Rich, they say winning becomes a habit, and this player's certainly making a habit of it.
Absolutely. All tournament long, they just played outstanding golf. Hats off to them.
And Henny, that was some impressive play. To take down a rival of that caliber and to win the event, what a performance.
Yes, Luke, we doubted them, but they got the job done and they took down their hero. The rivalry is theirs and theirs alone, and they can boast about this on social media for, well, weeks now.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. 2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the 3M Open. Today's coverage is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi, Luke and Rich. Looking forward to following these two players again as they reignite their rivalry. I have a feeling we'll be in for some more exciting golf as these two battle it out.
Well, it's certainly a great opportunity for this player to bounce back in this rivalry. Can't wait to see what sort of excitement that these two generate. Currently 1 under for the round. As you said, Rich, TPC Twin Cities, not a long golf course, but ball in play is imperative if you want to make the birdies. Here at the second, water and bunkers come into play.
This is a tee shot that I believe must be challenged. You must take driver out to hit it over that bunker down the right-hand side to leave yourself with as short a second shot as you can possibly get. This green can cause all kinds of problems as it pitches from left to right down towards the water. It's a birdie opportunity if you're bold enough to take on the tee shot.
Let's get back to it, shall we? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is a 12-footer here. He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Oh, just missed. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost.
And that would have tied the lead for this player. Disappointing to say the least.
That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's sitting there just in third place.
Playing now from the fairway bunker. Well, out of the bunker and onto the green, but still a fair bit of effort to go here. This putt coming up is for birdie. Oh, that one was zooming past the hole. 16 feet to the cup. Ouch, that hurts. Just tapping in for a bogey on this hole. And unfortunately dropping back to even par there. All right, Rich, birdie chance here at the fourth.
It can be, Luke, if your distance control is spot on. This is a two-tier green, and when the pin is all the way in the back left, it can be difficult to get it all the way back there.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
Needs a little members bounce to the right.
Oh, this would be a good putt to make, and with it, a share of third spot. That's the way to bounce back. Good way to make up for the bogey at the last. And that puts him into the top 5 for the tournament. Currently 1 under for the event. There's plenty of twists and turns around TPC Twin Cities, and the 5th is another.
Massive, massive fairway here at the 5th. So tee it high, let it fly. Second shot straight back up the hill to a green that's fairly flat with a little bit more movement in the back portion of it. It's a cool design.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, well done. And this putt to move into a tie for first place. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? A par putt on the table.
If this putt drops, they'll pull in front of Colin Morikawa. Let's see if they can start applying some pressure.
Rich, the par 5 sixth, reachable in two?
Most definitely, but you have to take an aggressive line down the right-hand side. Hitting it anywhere left into that bunker or otherwise is just a no-go zone. Out to the right-hand side, though, you get a clean look at this green. Water over on the left-hand side. The obvious place to miss your second is out to the right.
Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Okay, time to return to the action. Getting ready to play their third. Just one shot back now. Going with the 5-wood. This one might just sneak off the fairway. A little off the mark on that approach shot.
One of the rare misses for this player today, Luke. They've been hitting a lot of greens today.
Ooh, right by the hole. A par putt awaits. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. A chance to be aggressive here, Rich, at the short par 4 7th.
There's really no reason to be, because there's not much room up there, and only the biggest hitters in the game could possibly get it on this green. Just lay it up with a long iron or a fairway metal. That will leave a short second shot to a green that's flat and is just begging to be birdied.
Wonderfully played. Putting for birdie. And down it goes. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Colin Morikawa setting up his shot. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. He's currently tied for first.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Opting for the 5-iron. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot, this. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Has to putt this one downhill.
You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today. And with that, we'll move to 3 under par. Rich, this golf course designed by the legendary Arnold Palmer, and the 9th resembles the 18th of his Bay Hill Club and Lodge.
This is fraught with danger everywhere. Out to the right, out of bounds, comes into play quickly. If you miss it over to the left, there's waste area that you want no part of. Find the fairway, and the second shot demands you keep it left of that water. Anywhere on the green on the left side is a fantastic play.
This needs to go a little bit right once it lands.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
And back to the play, shall we? And here we are with the third shot. Currently in the lead by a shot. Oh, just missed that one. Just a simple tap in for par on this one. Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Yeah, but I like the position. I like being out in front. That forces the other players to come catch you. I like their position.
A few shots under par at the moment. Currently in the lead. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
What an opportunity to make a birdie. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And that will take him to 4 under. The 11th, though, a sterner par 4, measuring 470 yards.
Straight back uphill as well, Luke. You don't want to be in that fairway bunker on the right-hand side, so bail out just a little bit to the left. Second shot, straight back up the hill to a green that is very deep.
And this shot from about 150 yards out. He's got a 2-stroke buffer. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. Oh, that's a great shot. And a birdie opportunity coming up here at the 11th. And down it goes. So that's back-to-back birdies. And that will take him to 5 under. The players face an elevated tee shot at the par 5 12th, Rich. But keep an eye on the water.
Keep an eye on the water. No need to hit driver here. Just take out a 3-wood. And that golf ball will chase down the fairway quite nicely. And the second shot slightly back uphill. I think most players will have no problem reaching this green in 2.
Few players in the history of the game have had a bigger impact so early in their career than Colin Morikawa, Rich. Some comparisons go as close to Tiger Woods.
As they should be currently right now with what he has done in the game so far in his young career. He's come out each and every week and put pressure on every single player because of his ball striking and because they know that there's no weaknesses in his game other than sometimes the putter. But when you hit it as good as he does, you're bound to make a putt now and again. And each and every week when he shows up, players on the driving range are looking at him going, okay, he's here. I got to have my A game.
Certainly feels like sky's the limit for Colin Morikawa.
2 major championships under his belt right now. Surely more in his future.
Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Rich, the 13th, the par 3, measuring 216 yards. It's a tough one.
It is elevated tee box, but an elevated green as well. Not a bunch of room on the front part of it. Obviously more room as the green gets deeper, but the bunker on the right is an absolute no-go zone. It's very deep and very difficult to get up and down from.
Oh, that's too bad. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
This is what they have left for a par.
Yeah, good putt. Well hold. Currently 3 strokes up after that hole. When they stand on the tee at the par 4 14th, Rich, I'd imagine that fortune favours the brave.
It does. I think that players, should they decide to take this tee shot on with a driver, want to go at the second fairway bunker as this fairway pitches severely from right to left. A driver will get you in there close enough to hit wedge for your second shot, which turns a difficult hole into an easy hole.
Oh, I like that stroke. Oh, you beauty. An eagle.
Check out this little beauty. Nice touch. Yes, sir. Gets it to go. Thank you.
What an amazing shot. Let's take another look at that one.
Yeah, this was a gift. Wasn't expecting this.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's return to live play now. Still in the lead now after that hole. The 15th, par 4, and a strong one.
Fairly simple and straightforward tee shot here as the fairway pitches in from both the right and left-hand sides. So hitting the fairway shouldn't be much of a problem. From there, the second shot goes straight back up the hill to a green that's protected by bunkers on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that one will play. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
Is this looking pretty good in the air? Well, that's beautifully judged. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones, right on 8 feet. Well done. Take the birdie.
What a great feeling that must be. Seemingly an insurmountable lead for this player with just 4 to play.
And Rich, here we are at the 16th at TPC Twin Cities, and not a long hole, but there's plenty of trouble around.
Water right, bunkers left, but let's face it, Luke, not a long hole, no need for the driver.
They have absolutely flushed that one. Colin Morikawa, he was meant to be the original and best approach player, but I think we have a new sheriff in town.
And now that finds him in first place.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out.
Going with the 5-iron here. Nice shot that. That should find the surface. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
6 feet remaining to the cup.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Well, that'll play. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. Well, Rich, this finishing hole at TPC Twin Cities really sets up for a dramatic finish, doesn't it?
Risk versus reward, 583 yards. If you hit a big drive, you can take on the green in 2.
Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber.
Wow, was that a massive drive there. Holy cow.
Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. Oh, what a shot by our leader.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
This is always a good moment. A putt to win the tournament. That's a PGA Tour title to add to the list. Your 3M Open champion.
Congratulations to the 3M winner. Only the best of the best win here in Minneapolis.
And as we recap all our rivalry results, it's a big thank you to our gal on the ground, Henny Koyak, for bringing us all the action from this group today.
Thank you, Luke. The pleasure was all mine. I got to see some incredible shots and some not so good stuff, but what a day.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Rocket Mortgage Classic is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hey, Luke and Rich. I'm looking forward to treading the fairways again with these two because they were absolute fire the first time round. And I have a feeling that after their exchanges on social media, it'll be even more spicy out here.
Certainly looking forward to seeing how this rivalry plays out, Rich. Can't wait to see what sort of excitement that these two generate. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
That's frustrating. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
Length really isn't a feature, Rich, at the Detroit Golf Club. At the second, bombs away.
Bombs away. This is probably one of the strongest par fours on this golf course. Basically just a straightaway hole. Just take driver out and get with it. Second shot should be coming into this green with some kind of short to mid iron.
And playing this one from around 120 yards out.
Wind is blowing from right to left here. Wants to work it against the wind.
Well, they'd love a little bounce to the right here. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Oh, what a super shot. Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. Rich, the third hole, not too dissimilar to the first.
It's not in length. 390 yards from the back of the tee. Again, need to hit something about 280 yards to get it past the fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Again, with a short iron in their hand, players are looking to make birdie.
Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. Oh, a 9-foot chance here.
Little birdie look in here. Yep, tracking well.
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
At -2, going along nicely today. The par 5 fourth is a monster, 616 yards.
This is a big par 5, isn't it? Tee shot, if you have any hope of reaching this green in 2, must find the fairway, avoiding the fairway bunkers down the left-hand side. From there, you'd have to hit a really strong 3-wood, moving it from right to left to try and chase it up onto this green. Laying it up short and right of that fairway bunker might be the play for most players, setting up a pretty easy pitch shot for their third.
Getting ready to play their third. He leads the field by a stroke. Nice recovery there.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently in third place.
Here's Brooke Henderson's next shot. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Now 2 shots up after that one. Rich, this par 3 fifth really resembles a Donald Ross, an elevated green, and you miss anywhere, and you're going to struggle to make your 3.
Absolutely. Reminds me a lot of something you'd see at Pinehurst, where there really isn't a flat spot anywhere around the edges of this green. So a quality iron shot is a must on this par 3.
Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. That was a gallant attempt. 4 feet to the cup. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold.
Unreal display this week with that wand.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. The par 4 6th, Rich. Plenty to navigate here.
Only the longest players will be able to reach that fairway bunker down the left-hand side that sits about 300 yards off the tee. Most players want to hug the left-hand side as best they can as it opens up the green for the second shot. This is a wonderful par 4.
Oh, caught up in some branches. And here we are with the third shot. Currently leading by 2. Just needs this one to kick right. And he's safely on the green. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 22 feet from the cup. Solid little par putt here.
Ooh, that's disappointing. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. This is Brooke Henderson. And after that effort, that's how it looks. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Well, if you're not a couple under already through 6 holes here at Detroit Golf Club, you'll want to look to make a birdie at least at the par 5 7th, measuring 555 yards.
Yes, a hole that every player in this field must take advantage of. Just the fairway bunker down the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. You find the fairway, and all of a sudden you're licking your chops as you know you can reach the green into setting up, hopefully, an eagle putt. Anything missing over in the left-hand bunker, though, could get a little dicey.
This is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close. This putt will move them to 3 under par. Tracking. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 3 under. Here's Brooke Henderson. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. He's currently sitting in 1st place. The 8th is a short par 4 measuring just 360 yards, Rich. Decision to go for it or just to lay it back?
I like going for it 8 days a week, twice on Sunday, as you well know, Luke. So I'm going to go ahead, take out driver, and give her a whirl. Hopefully avoiding the trees over on the right-hand side. Want to hit it over in the left-hand bunker or just shy of it, setting up a very simple pitch shot.
This lie won't be too bad in the first cut. This one's for birdie. Okay, steady now. It's just about 3 feet away.
It's looking solid.
Leading by a shot after that hole. The opening 9 finishes with a par 3, Rich, around 200 yards.
A strong hole indeed. Not much to this green, slightly downhill. Green is fairly flat until you get to the back left portion of it. There it starts running away from you awfully quickly. Anywhere in the right center of the green is a gorgeous tee shot.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Oh, just missed. And this one is for his par.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's 2 strokes behind her rival this week.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
A nice little draw. Nothing sweeter.
Well, here we have it, Rich. This player's tied for the lead with the back 9 to play.
Yeah, exciting position, isn't it? You'd rather have the lead on your own, but listen, tied for the lead, pretty good spot to be in. They're going to have to work to earn this victory.
Well, this could alter the line of the shot. Rich, Canadian golf has had a number of people to be able to hang their hat on over the years. Obviously, most recent on the men's side, Mike Weir is a major winner, but the impact that Brooke Henderson has had on the game seems to have been even more significant.
It has been, and she doesn't carry the mantle just for women's golf in Canada. She carries the mantle for Canadian golf in general. She's such an amazing, delightful young lady to be around. Her personality is infectious. She's just a good soul. And she carries that around to the golf course. I mean, 2-time major winner. But what I'm impressed about most with her game, Luke, is the fact that, you know, she is such a long hitter in the game. You don't quite see too many women in the game right now that they don't talk about hitting it long like we do in the men's game. But make no bones about it, she hits it a long way out there. That gives her a massive advantage over some of the other players. And that's why she is such a prolific winner on the LPGA.
Lovely effort, that. A chance to move to 5 under par.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Oh, so close. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. The 12th hole, Rich, a good test, particularly with a tee shot.
It is a demanding tee shot here. Want to avoid that fairway bunker. To carry it, it's about 300 yards. Should you get past it, you have a mid-iron into this par 4 that you'd love dearly to make par on.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Yeah, I think he's got around 135.
This looks to be heading to the green. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently in 5th place.
Okay, let's get back to the action.
They're going with a bit more club here. Let's see if it was the right call.
Trying to get to 5 under with this putt. Like the look of this one. Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. The par for 13th is a short one, measuring just 385 yards, Rich. Are you expecting players to go after this?
A few of them will, but I'm not too sure I like that play. Players basically want to lay it up down the left-hand side, but don't get clumsy and knock it in those fairway bunkers. Anything out to the left-hand side is going to set up a very short wedge shot for their second. All the players will be thinking about making birdie on this par 4.
This putt about 11 feet in distance.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
It's got a chance. Oh, he's on fire today, building upon his lead, hole after hole. And that will move him to 6 under par. Just 5 holes remain in the round here, and there's some birdie opportunities starting with the par 5 14th.
Yes, at 560 yards, you just want to make sure you avoid that bunker down the right-hand side. From there, most players will be able to go for this green in 2 that is surrounded by water on the front and 2 deep bunkers over there on the right-hand side. It's a wonderful opportunity to get some confidence over the last 4 holes by knocking it on in 2.
Well, this is exciting. A putt for an eagle. Just didn't drop. Terrific shot. Almost an eagle. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Well, she's in 5th, and she'll want to climb from there.
Ouch, that hurts. Well, that's a bit disappointing. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. Rich, the 15th, a great little short par 3. Really only a wedge off the tee, but gee, you need to be deadly accurate.
That you do. Just 150 yards from the back tee, and again, a signature design by Donald Ross, where everything on the edge of the green funnels away from it and down into a couple of bunkers, left and right, 1 short and nothing in the back. Still, with just a wedge in your hand, players must be thinking birdie. Oh, you know you want to.
Well done. And that will take him to 8 under. And let's have another look at that one.
What an amazing putt from way out.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Playing this one about 130 yards out. That's a super shot. That's another green in regulation.
Another green in regulation.
Hey, James, how are you doing, bud?
Absolute clinic.
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
Yep, tracking nicely.
And there it is. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Currently 8 under for the round.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Handy effort, that one. Second shot here on the 17th.
This one is heading to a really not so good space.
Getting ready to play their third. Currently leading by 3. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? 5 feet coming up to the cup. It's half a chance of being holed, this one. That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field. Leading by 5 shots after that. The finishing hole, Rich, an old world classic.
It is definitely that. Players are going to want to aim out to the right-hand side, away from the bunker and the water that is down the left-hand side. And from there, they're going to go in with a short to middle iron for their second to a green that tilts pretty significantly from back to front. This truly is a wonderful finishing hole.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
Well, all that hard work, it's time to pay it off. Make this for the tournament. All right, 1 down. Let's see if they can take the next opportunity to close out the win. And ladies and gentlemen, there is your Rocket Mortgage Classic champion. Great performance this week.
And a great win on an old-style golf course by this player. Way to go, our Rocket Mortgage Classic champion.
And Rich, they only had a narrow margin the entire back 9, but they were able to pull out the win. That's very gutsy, isn't it?
Luke, impressive win all around. I got to say, a gutsy performance at the end of the tournament. Final 9 holes. Job well done.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Knot Championship is about to begin. Delighted to have 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beam in the booth. I'm Luke Elvey, and it's a good morning to Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Thanks, Luke. Hi, Rich. Yeah, there will be fireworks out there today, let me tell you. These two players have been going back and forth at each other on social media. They have something to prove out on this golf course today.
Well, it will be interesting to keep an eye on this one right throughout this event. Currently 1 under for the tournament. And this is a lovely time of the broadcast to head down to our man on the ground, John McCarthy, who's been striding the fairways all week. And what are we in for at Huckleberry Country Club?
Well, Luke, we are in the forest this week. We've got a nice inland course here at Huckleberry Country Club. That being said, there is room if you should miss the fairways. The forest doesn't really creep in like it does on some of the other courses on tour. The fairways tend to pinch in at the landing area quite a bit. Almost always a bunker combined with this pinching in of the fairway. So off the tee, got to be careful. Look out for the 5th hole, par 3 at almost 250 yards from the back tees. It's a monster. Things get more dramatic as you start the back 9 here. We have a big leg that starts to come into play on holes 11 and 12. Lots of different things to worry about on this course, but I think the players out there are going to have some fun with it this week. Let's see what happens.
Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling. Quality shot, that one. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
You're going to need 1 or 2 clubs more because this green is sitting up.
Going with the hybrid. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Ooh, that almost went down. Well, you like the look of those hands.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Oh, terrific. What an effort.
That hole looks double the size for this player this week.
And after a birdie at the last, he'll take the honour on the hole. Sitting at -3, currently in the lead. Going with the 9-iron, I think.
What a shot from the rough. This is gorgeous.
Close to the surface here, and the green side rough. And he needs this to save par. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. We'll now move over to John Rahm.
Birdied their last hole.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. It's time to step on the tee here at the 5th. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here. That's a pretty handy shot. Yeah, that was a safe play. A chance to move deeper under the card. This putt's for 4 under.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
It was on a good line. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill. Bit of extra juice needed.
Let's go to John Rahm.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
John Rahm getting ready for his next shot. It's time to check on the leaderboard. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Let's see what happens here on the 6th. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. from around 140 yards here. He's got a two-stroke buffer. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure. Putting for birdie here. And that's their fourth birdie of the day. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Still in the lead now after that hole. Here at the Huckleberry Country Club, the 7th hole is a good par 4, measuring just under 450 yards.
Luke, with water down the right-hand side, most players are going to be taking a driver out and bailing down the left-hand side. Maybe something less to avoid that fairway bunker down there. Still a fairly generous fairway. From there, second shot plays downhill, about a half a club. Generous sized green, bunkers kind of dotting all sides of it, but not overly difficult. I think you see a fair amount of birdies here.
We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. That was a gallant attempt. Job done. Let's head to the next. Currently in first position. We've reached the 8th hole. Going with the 7.
Oh, this needs a little right turn, Clyde.
That's inside the house of opportunity. And this putt will take them to 5 under. And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 5 under. And looking at the standings now, and they're currently in first place, ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut.
That's the right option. Put it back in play. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Now a 3-shot lead over the field. This is one of those great ball striking displays. Fairways and greens. A pleasure to watch. Let's go to Jon Rahm.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
A spot amongst the leaders here awaits if they can make this. Move inside the top 20. Well, Rich, this is the pivotal final 9 coming up, and the players perfectly positioned. They've given themselves a chance.
Well, it's been great watching this player get the best of their rival, but still a long way to go until the end of this tournament. Let's see how it shakes out.
From around 180 yards out. Opting for the 6 iron. Should find the green here. Okay, that'll work. Chance to move to 8 under here.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
Ooh, right by the hole. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. And that will drop in for a birdie. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. And this putt coming up for his par. So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. Well, this 11th hole, Rich, at the Huckleberry Country Club makes you feel like there's a chance to get a birdie on the card.
Absolutely. I love this tee shot. Plays straight downhill. You see a picturesque lake in the background right there. So it's always difficult to judge exactly how far your tee shot's going to end up. Lay it up just a little bit more than you think in order to avoid that water. Second shot continually downhill. Bunkers short and right of it. Not really going to come into play. Love this hole. Love the fact that birdie is a definite possibility.
Okay, Henny. What's he looking at with this putt?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
And that's 8 birdies today. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Here we are in front of a par 3. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Do you think they drew that up differently in their mind?
Lots of greens and regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
Yes, they've made it.
Nasty lie out of the rough, but look at this in the hole. Can you believe it?
We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4. Oh, that was mashed. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got around 125 here.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet.
This is their look at birdie.
And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. Let's go to Jon Rahm.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Currently at 10 under par overall. All right, getting into our final stretch. Time to tee off here at the 14th. That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. This shot from around 210 yards. Wow, what a shot. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Firm back up the hill. This will be a good one.
Well played. What an eagle. Our current leader is enjoying a 10-shot lead. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Second shot here on the 15th. Good sounding strike, that one. Well, that'll be one of the shots of the day, that's for sure. Lining up the birdie putt here. And down it goes. Playing nicely now. 13 under, heading down the stretch.
Seemingly an insurmountable lead with just 4 to play. Gotta like his position.
Teeing off here on the 16th hole. Oh, that is bombed. Around 110 yards to go. Choosing the 9-iron here. This should play. We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
And back to the course with the live action. Just 6 feet between he and the hole.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Well, nicely done. Holds the putt for back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Looks Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Well, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, that hole's behind you now. And now that finds him in first place. Well, this is when the adrenaline really starts to kick in. Leading the tournament with the final hole to play. Good luck. Second shot here at the 18th. Opting for the 5-wood. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee.
Well, Rich, I'm in awe. Just how well are they playing?
Backing up the Brinks truck once again this week. Filling it up.
That was an outstanding start by this player, Rich, and they've gone on to victory. What a way to win.
This player absolutely dominated all week long, all tournament long. Great job. You don't see this happen very often.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports. PGA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the first stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today's coverage of the FedEx St. Jude Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these two go at it again. It was a great rivalry first time round, and now, more so than ever, they're going to want to beat each other.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to following along with this rivalry. Can't wait to see what sort of excitement these two will generate. This is buckets. Okay, steady now. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. He's in a share of third place. The second at TPC Southwind presents the first real birdie chance. Just a short par 4 playing 401 yards. Where did that come from? That's not his style. You like that, didn't you? All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Setting up this putt 20 feet from the cup.
Wonderful shot. Currently 1 under for the round.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The third hole at TPC Southwind's a strong par 5 measuring over 550 yards from the back tees. A bit of water comes into play here on the second shot, so be mindful of where you leave your approach. And he's down there.
Yep, I've paced this. He's got around 195.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron. This one heading towards the green. Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts. Putting for an eagle. Ooh. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
The fourth hole here at TPC Southwind is the first par 3 on the course, and it measures just under 200 yards. Just avoid the penalty area to the left. Going with the 6-iron here. This player's dialed in. What a shot. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? And they'll tap this in for birdie. And with that, he's now broken the tie, all alone at the top of the leaderboard. The fifth at TPC Southwind is a long par 4 measuring 485 yards. It requires a good strong drive to avoid the bunker on the left and then an accurate approach into this green. Good shot there, Beamer. Sitting at 3 under par. Currently leading. Opting for the 6-iron. Yeah, that one's looking good. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it. 16 feet to the hole.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
That's very impressive.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. The strategy at the 6th here at TPC Southwind on this par 4, measuring just under 450 yards from the tips, is to position your drive from the tee to give a clear shot into this green. There have been a lot of players that have come out and people are quick to label them as prodigious talents and what they can do, but it's true about Lydia Ko that she is one of the game's prodigies.
Luke, when you say prodigy, I think Lydia Ko's name should just be, instead of prodigy, just say, look at Lydia Ko. Because this young lady has seemingly done it all at 14 years young. 14, won a professional event. The youngest, men or women, to ever win a tournament that early. That is astounding. 18 years old, major champion with the final round 63. It's mind-blowing how good this young lady was at such an early age. Yes, had a little lull there for a little bit, but now come back out and has just taken the world by storm again. 17 wins already and building in her professional career. The sky is the limit for Lydia.
Henny, how's that ball lying?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the first cut. Oh, I didn't see this as possible. What a shot.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Yeah, it's just about 3 feet away. The putt drops, and we're moving on. The 8th hole at TPC Southwind is a really nice short par 3, measuring just 164 yards. This green has been recently contoured, so accuracy or distance control off the tee is paramount.
This one looks to be heading towards the green.
Good look at birdie here. Oh, just missed. And that should secure the par on this one. Leading by 3 strokes now. The finishing hole on the front 9 here at TPC Southwind plays downhill towards a dogleg right. There's a big body of water, the short front left of this green, so make sure you've got enough club to reach the surface. No point hanging on to that one. You didn't hit your best there. Henny, what's the player facing here?
And from around 135 yards. Nice out the rough here.
Oh, well, that was an absolute beauty, particularly out of that lie. Good putters will make these right on 5 feet.
Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Nice little sand shot there. Came real close. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. The 10th at TPC Southwind is a par 4 that plays just over 450 yards from the back tee. A lot of players take less than driver here to position their ball for the best approach to an uphill green that has a number of tiers on it. Accuracy on both shots are required. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Well, this one's right at the pin. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 10th. Always nice to hold those for birdie. And that will take him to 7 under. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. The par 3 11th at TPC Southwind measures just 162 yards. But looks can be deceiving here. While it looks pretty, it can bite you. Make sure you've got enough club here on approach. Chosen the pitching wedge here.
This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, time to return to the action. Putting for birdie. Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. And that will take him to 8 under. The par 4 12th is only a short one, measuring 406 yards from the tips. But you need to be very accurate off the tee. Avoid that huge water hazard to the right, and that'll give you the best angle into this green. Any drive that's pushed left will make it a difficult approach, and be wary. There's water over the back of this green, which you can't see. Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. A well holed. He'll take the birdie. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. The 13th at TPC Southwind is a strong par 4 that plays uphill and a slight dogleg to the right. It requires a big drive up the right half and then a very accurate approach. There's a heavily bunkered green there, so make sure you hit your approach in the right distance. Playing from around 150 yards here. Going with the pitching wedge here. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. This putt coming up is for birdie. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. The 14th at TPC Southwind is one of their signature holes. The par 3 that plays downhill considerably long, around 240 yards, is hit over a big body of water to the right. Fortune favours the brave here. If you need a birdie, go flag hunting. Otherwise, lay up to around 20 feet left.
Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
And 11 under in front of the player with this putt.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
This one's tracking. Well, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that. Now 7 strokes up after that hole. Accuracy is required at the par 4 15th, just 395 yards off the tee. Players like to lay back to give them their right number into this green. And there's a little creek that meanders through the centre of the fairway here and up to the right side of the green. So make sure your approach is accurate. And taking aim from around 100 yards here. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. 4 feet to the cup. Good looking putt.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Our leader really starting to gap the field now. Their advantage is 9 shots.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Nicely done. The final par 5 at TPC Southwind is a good one. Up the hill, Rich, and a chance to get there in 2.
Second shot back up the hill at 16. Bunkers on the front left and back right of this green could pose some problems. However, this hole generally plays the easiest on the golf course. Go ahead, take it on the flagstick with your seconds.
Oh, so close.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Ooh, nice line. Oh, how about that one? He's currently sitting in first place.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out. Absolutely tattooed that drive.
Well, to become the champion at TPC Southwind, you need to hit some big shots down the stretch, and there's none tougher than this approach into 17.
The green sits just below the player, flanked by bunkers both right and left. The green is long and narrow and does generally move from right to left. All in all, one of the most difficult approaches on this golf course.
Okay, let's get back to the action. Here's a good chance to move to 14 under with this putt.
That will drop, and it will extend the lead.
And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard.
This is quite an astonishing performance by our leader. Their advantage now out to double digits. I'm not sure if the chaseback is good enough to catch them.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
Absolutely massive and right down the fairway.
The finishing hole at TPC Southwind snakes around a huge hazard to the left. Avoid the water, Rich, and then you can go for that green.
This green tilts from right to left, working down towards the water on the left-hand side.
Oh, super effort that. Holds the putt to win it all.
What a performance all week long, Luke. Well-deserved, hard-earned victory for this player. Great job.
That's stepping up at the right time, Rich. Getting a victory in the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Massive step to earning the massive bonus at season's end. Unbelievable job.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time. UK Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the second stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Today's coverage of the BMW Championship is about to begin.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi, Luke and Rich. Looking forward to following these two players again as they reignite their rivalry. I have a feeling we'll be in for some more exciting golf as these two battle it out.
Well, we've got an exciting match coming your way, so stick around and let's see who wins it. From about 100 yards. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left.
This player showing zero signs of any nerves as they play against their rival and playing partner, Tiger Woods. What a fantastic approach.
Oh, nice putt to make for a birdie.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
And Rich, the second hole in play for the championship is a little different than the route in the members face. It's the 13th on the card. Take us through it.
It is. It's a very strong par 3, just over 210 yards. But this green is very deep, so it wouldn't surprise me to see this hole playing somewhere over the 225-yard mark. It's very narrow, very long, and very difficult.
It was on a good line. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par.
In she goes. Let's head to the next. Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
Currently 1 under for the day. Now we head to the first of the par 5s in operation, the third hole, Rich.
Big hitters will be able to take advantage and drive it over those bunkers down the right-hand side, leaving a very straightforward and basic second shot back up the hill.
Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the third round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with them, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
Little birdie look in here.
And down it goes. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Rich, we head to the 5th on the property, and we really need to position our tee shots here, don't we?
We do. This is a very interesting, cool hole, Luke. This is kind of like a fairway and then second shot green, and not much else out there that you really want any part of. Miss the fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Don't hit it in there, because you're going to make at least 5, if not worse.
Opting for the 9-iron. Great looking shot this. Just a 4-footer remaining. Don't want to miss it. Could be costly. Looking good. And with that, that's their 4th birdie. And that will take him to 4 under. Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's sitting there in the rankings at 4th.
Now leading by 1 shot. Rich, the 6th hole's a par 4, measuring under 400 yards, but there's still plenty of focus needed here.
It's just a straightaway hole, Luke. A lot of players can go ahead and take a long iron and just wedge it on from there. I still think, though, the big hitters are going to give it a run and just take out the driver and whip it on up there.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game, and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. it just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym, and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
A long par 4 this hole. Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Lookout world was his statement when he came out onto the Pro Tour, and we look back in the greatness in sports, right across all sport in the world. Has one player or one athlete had a greater impact on their sport more than Tiger Woods did for golf?
I hate to say no, because I also look back at the sport, Luke, when Arnold Palmer came through. Good-looking fella and just kind of came from a blue-collar background. And I kind of think that Arnold Palmer paved the way for a Tiger Woods then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, in the modern game, to be fair, and you look at every sport across the books, and I don't care whether you're talking about Tom Brady, LeBron James right now, I don't think you have a bigger player globally, with the exception of maybe Messi or Ronaldo, than Tiger Woods. I just think that from a global standpoint, Tiger Woods, whenever he shows his face anywhere, people lose their minds. Like grown men lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away. I've seen it before, Luke, and I'll see it again. But it never seems to amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit. Like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I could tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be, and will forever be.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
That could play. Yeah, nice looking shot there.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
Well, it's a little deeper into the rough, but it's sitting nicely.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
Why don't we catch up with what Tiger Woods is up to?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
Come on, don't be shy.
That's a long-range bomb, and with it, puts extra strain on the person chasing behind them.
Still in the lead now after that hole. Some strong holes on the inward half of this golf course, Rich, but there's no one longer than the 12th, the par 5.
There is not. It is absolute bombs away off the tee shot for these players. If they can get it up and over a small rise, the ball will chase down and give them a thought. A thought, will they try and reach this 630-yard par 5 with the water in front? No thanks, I'm laying up, and I never say that.
Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era, and just how dominant he was?
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger, no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at, their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
There it is. He sits in first position. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 13th. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. Nice stroke. Wow, that's misjudged. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. And down she goes. Leading by 9 strokes after that one. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole. But this player is really going after it here, Rich.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
This one will run uphill.
Super shot, that.
Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard.
Well, the leader is really starting to gap the field now. They're 10 strokes ahead.
And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Oh, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green.
Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's feeling good. Just birdied the last hole.
And back to the play, shall we?
Always nice to have a birdie putt.
Hey, nice looking line. Oh, that's stellar play. Back-to-back birdies. And what a time to make them.
I like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Decisions to be made off the tee here, Rich, at the 16th hole.
At just under 400 yards, Luke, I just don't see most players taking out driver and giving it a go. Just hit an iron short left of that fairway bunker. wedge it on, make your birdie.
Should find the green. Gee, it's metronomic here. Green after green. Gee, golf looks easy when you're playing like this.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
Just building upon his advantage. He keeps making the important plays. Currently 14 under for the round.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A. Well, that was absolutely met. Great strike. That should find the surface. Well, what a wonderful shot into the 17th. It sets up another putt inside birdie range.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 28 feet from the cup.
Let's return to live play now. A 7-footer right here.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
Yeah, they're good momentum makers, those ones. Good putt for birdie.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. And the finishing hole at the south course of Wilmington's famous country club reached a really good par 4.
Just over 440 yards. The bunker down the right-hand side off the tee is only reachable for the big hitters. Second shot slightly back up the hill to a 2-tiered green. Distance control is imperative.
This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. And with this putt, he will win the event.
And that is a great performance, winning the second event of the FedEx Cup Playoffs, driving away with the BMW Championship.
And this will set them up going into the Tour Championship in prime position to walk away with the entire FedEx Cup. What a tournament this was. Fantastic victory.
Well, they came, they saw, and they conquered. They took down a fierce rival, and that's a victory they should be proud of, Henny.
Yes, Luke, no one could catch this player, let alone their rival.
Well, that was a thrilling day, and on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the final stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today's coverage of the Tour Championship is about to start. Luke Elvey here alongside Rich Beam as we kick off this Tour Championship. And Rich, this next player is at the very top of the FedEx Cup points list and are therefore starting this event at 3 under.
It's a good place to start, isn't it? You've already got a lead, and a significant lead on the chasing pack. And so it's one of these changes that we weren't too sure how it was all going to pan out, but it worked well, so the players embraced it. And it's interesting, if nothing else. But yes, you're rewarded by being the #1 points earner, and I think it's great. It's been a lot of fun, and this really has added some excitement to it.
It's a lovely advantage to have going into any tournament, but that must feel like a huge head start.
It's a huge head start, but let's just kind of look at the opposite way. If you lose, all of a sudden, those guys that are trailing, they're going to give you a little bit of something in the locker room after the week is over with. But no, listen, I mean, obviously, #1 going into this week, they're playing well. The confidence level is high. They're firing on all cylinders. I don't see the top leaders really falling down that much. I think they're going to kind of maintain what they've already produced in the first couple of playoff events.
And it's a great reward for a season long of excellence.
Yes, that's exactly right. And it's a nice reward. It's a nice bonus, and that's why we call it the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's a bonus at the end of the year.
Let's get down to the action.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one.
Oh dear, this next putt now for double bogey. Nice line. Oh, that looks like a pure stroke.
Luke, that had all kinds of ugly on that one. Not too sure how they're going to rebound from this one.
Currently 1 under for the tournament. And coming off a double bogey, you'd imagine their heads down a bit. Time to just clear that from the mind. Opting for the 5-iron. Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. That should set up another chance. This putt is from 14 feet. This is a good chance. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands.
Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole.
And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Nicely done. Second shot here on the 3rd. Oh, that was tidy. That should ensure the up and down.
Oh, Dr. Chapinski strikes again.
Gets that one to go down, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Kind of like it. 2 in a row.
Currently at 3 under for the day. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Not bad. From around 170 yards here, he's currently tied for the lead. And choosing the 8-iron here.
They've decided to club up.
A nice approach shot there. Pin high inside the range. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Beautiful shot. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Here we are at the 5th hole. Sometimes you hit some good ones, sometimes you hit some bad ones.
Few players have had the kind of impact on the game that Ricky Fowler has, and certainly being a fan favourite, Rich. It's funny when you see grown men dressed head to toe in orange supporting this wonderful person. But I know he wants more out of his career bio than what he's got right now.
And he will definitely get it as well, Luke. He's too good of a talent, and he has too much ability to not be a great player and be on the top of the leaderboard definitely a few times during the season. He is definitely, if there is a Pied Piper in golf outside of Tiger Woods, I would put my thumb on Ricky Fowler, just because so many people go out there dressed in the orange gear that he has, and whatever he does, they just love it. He's engaging, he's affable, he looks like he is enjoying himself on the golf course, which I truly believe he is. He really is one of these players that's so dynamic and so fun to be around. You can't help but root for him week in and week out.
Currently -5. Currently in top spot. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Oh, that's a great approach shot. 6 feet remaining to the cup.
Their boldness paid off. They've got this for the eagle.
Oh, he's on fire today, building upon his lead, hole after hole.
And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. And coming off the eagle, feeling quite proud of themselves. A big chance here at the next. And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards. Going with the 8-iron here. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot, this.
Well, they've got their eye locked in. Look at that approach shot against Ricky Fowler as well.
What an opportunity to make a birdie.
Looking good so far.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second.
This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that.
Oh, that's a tad disappointing, finding the branches there.
Well struck. And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars and listening what kind of roar it was. And when they let it into their head that it was a Tiger roar, then I need to do something better. I need to change it up real quick. And in fact, that's probably what hurt them more than anything else. But listen, when Tiger did something fantastic, everybody on the golf course knew it was him.
And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Let's take a look at the current standings.
Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival, that's for sure. They're winning the rivalry thus far. Should be fun to see where these two end up at the end of the event.
That's a good-looking shot there. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Well, I wouldn't mind hitting the shot, but I wouldn't fancy the walk up here. This is quite uphill.
That one should find the surface.
Just a 4-footer remaining. And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. And with that hole behind us, they're currently in the lead with Tiger Woods in 2nd place. Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum.
This one headed left and not coming back. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 25 feet from the cup.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Putting for bogey.
Well, the leader giving a little hope for the rest of the field there as they put down a bogey on the scorecard. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
So, still currently in the lead after that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place. Rich, we saw it right throughout Tiger Woods' career, just epic shot after epic shot. What was the best shot you ever saw Tiger hit?
We were playing in 2002 in the Grand Slam of golf over in Hawaii. Justin Leonard, Davis Love, Tiger, and myself. And we, on the second day, winds blowing at a pretty good clip on the par 5. I think it was number 7. And you had to bust 2 shots to get there. Nobody, I mean, it was nearly impossible. And in fact, it was impossible 3 out of the 4 of us to get it home in 2. Well, Tiger gets up there on this par 5 the second day, and he's already leading by like 800, I think. And he drills one right down the middle. I lay up with a 3-wood. That's how hard it's blowing. I lay up with a 3-wood to about 70, 80 yards. And this little green is a little peninsula. It kind of goes from left to right, a little bit of a fade if you're a right-handed player, with water on the front part of the green, and the pin's over in the back right. And he gets up there and smokes driver off the deck into about a 25-mile-an-hour wind to about 6 feet away. And I look over at my caddy and I go, is this for real? I mean, are you sure that we're not in a video game right now? Because that's just not possible. I mean, it literally, the second shot off the deck with the driver was hit about forehead high and traveled about 270 into the wind. And the ball just kind of hung there, seemingly just about 20 feet off the ground, just hung there. And kept hanging, kept hanging, kept hanging, and fell right exactly where he wanted it to. It was unbelievable. And at that moment in time, you kind of sit there and look at yourself on the inside and you go, whew, I don't have that shot, and I don't even know how to make up for a shot like that I don't have. You just knew that you're just kind of sitting there watching something that nobody else in the game can do. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, this lies pretty deep here. That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Not easy to find the green coming out of the rough.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. 8 feet to the cup.
This for par.
Good putt, that. And looking at the standings now, and they're currently in first place, ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second.
This hole is a par 3. Going with the hybrid. Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. Trying to get to 11 under with this putt.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Go on, get in the hole.
Just a couple of inches away from finding that one.
Big putt for par coming up.
And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
And there's a lot of pressure on the line, Rich, as we get to the closing holes at Eastlake. And here we are at 16.
Tough tee shot, 454 yards. Deep bunker down the right-hand side. Tee shot plays straight back up the hill.
go ahead and give her a wallop.
Oh, absolutely flushed. Well, there's been some FedEx Cup champions won and lost around this part of the course.
This is the site of probably one of the greatest finishes in FedEx Championship history. The winner holing his second shot here to claim victory.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Putting for birdie here.
Fair effort. And that puddle drop. Well done. And as we get to the penultimate hole at East Lake, Rich, what does it require?
The tee has been moved back some 60 yards over the last couple of years, putting a premium on finding the fairway. Those bunkers down the left-hand side are menacing, to say the least.
And taking aim from around 100 yards here. Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. A wonderful shot here at the 17th and a chance for birdie. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
Not a bad line, this.
Oh, that had eyes for it. Lovely shot. And with that hole behind us, they're currently in the lead with Tiger Woods in second place. And after a recent switch of the nines here at East Lake, the finishing hole's gone from a tough par 3, Rich, to a really gettable 5.
Go ahead and take out the driver and enjoy this tee shot. It might be difficult, but if you hit it in the fairway, you'll definitely be rewarded by being able to go for it in 2.
Well, that's right out of the top draw. A great shot from our leader.
Get this putt to drop, and he'll win the event here.
This one's tracking.
Well, Rich, that was a fantastic season on tour, no doubt about it. We finally have our FedEx Cup champion.
Luke, this player deserves the FedEx Cup championship. They've played exceptional golf all year long, and they showed what they're made of when it mattered the most. Just an incredible accomplishment. Congratulations to this year's FedEx Cup champion.
And Henny, it goes without saying that this player dominated their rival today.
Oh, absolutely. They silenced the giant today. They got the job done against the odds. We shouldn't ever have doubted them. There was some spectacular golf out there, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Well, another great day of action here at 2K Sports. On behalf of Rich Beam, the entire hard-working folks and team here, I'm Luke Elvey. We look forward to your company next time.